Hey there. Welcome to Paiges of Ascension tribe. How's it going? So this is going to be a weekly reading for our air kin. I always forget to announce the zodiac signs like I did in pretty much all of the other readings I did. So for those of you who are not familiar, that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You can find that out by doing your astrological chart, or actually really just knowing when your birthday is. So that said, oh, this is looking pretty interesting so far. Reading may or may not resonate. If it does, that's fantastic. Let me know down below. If it does not, that's okay too. Sharing is caring. That said, as per usual with any video that will ever come out on my channel, I will be cognizant of my language, and use the appropriate ones to make sure that it is inclusive for any who may cross it. Anything you could ever want to possibly know about the channel, the cards, the timing, all that jazz and stuff is in the description box below. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and dig in. Bottom of the deck, we've got Rejoice and Celebration. That is the Three of Cups. So this is looking, well, let me put it this way. Oh, you are going through like trial by fire is kind of what this feels like here. So you've also got a disruption coming. This also came out in the Fire Tribe reading. And the energy, I feel like this is more of a collective thing, actually. I was about to say that this also connected a bit with the water tribe reading, so you might be dealing with fire or water, or fire and water. But I feel like this energy has just kind of been trickled out throughout all the readings. So there's a very good chance that this is more of a collective energy, that there's a major disruption that's coming. And that would actually make sense because we are about to head into Mercury retrograde. Shadow period literally started on June 20th. So that's 2 days ago. 3 days ago from now, from when I'm doing this reading. And and you've got some challenges ahead of you. That is for sure. It's going to require a lot of patience on your part to get through this, but you are, at the end of the day, going to have a reason to celebrate. I am sensing like a great deal of difficulty in this situation. But the fact that what Spirit has bookending your readings, which is patience. This is the card for temperance. This is the card for temperance in this deck. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And this is coupled with recognition and reward. Like, you're seen. Okay? And if you maintain your patience in this situation of conflict here, if you maintain your patience, the wheel is going to turn for you, and the amount of blessings that are going to come your way from remaining patient, oh my goodness, Air Tribe, you have so much good stuff coming to you, okay? You just have to get through this last little bit. I literally feel like this is that one. I'm genuinely surprised that Nine of Wands is not on the board, because that's the energy I'm getting with this combination. It's like you've remained patient, you've kept your cool, done your best to remain balanced, and then this shit happens again. You get another Tower moment and you're just kind of like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what on earth is going on? And it's just one more obstacle after another one, after another one, after another one. I'm feeling like you are feeling like this is kind of relentless, that it's always something. It's always something. It's always something that's happening. But here's the thing. These trials are because you've got such beautiful things coming your way. Air Tribe. I can't even... Oh, my goodness. The energy I'm feeling, it's like a runner's high is what I'm getting off of this combination, okay? It's like your lungs are really clear and you just feel so like relaxed like a puddle. That is the energy I'm getting from this combination. This is what's coming to you, okay? This is the energy that is coming after all this. It's like if this is the thunderstorm, okay? And this is what you're forced to do in the thunderstorm, which is bunker down. Because you bunkered down and didn't head out into the storm, this is your reward. The wheel turns, you enter a new cycle, and when you enter this cycle, there's so much abundance and blessings and recognition that is coming to you. You have so much to celebrate, so much to be proud of yourself, okay? For some of you, there are specific ties to Egypt. I just got um like a priest in Egypt that will, for someone, I don't know who, and you are also like pretty much every single sign so far, or excuse me, every single element so far has gotten 33 as a synchronicity. So you, 4 out of friggin' 4, you wonderful airy people, you also have 33 in combinations of 33 as a synchronicity for you. But this is not going to come without some degree of conflict, and that's why patience is coming up. It's warning you right now that in this situation, you're going to have to be patient. I'm sorry, I don't feel like this is going to be a situation that is particularly pleasant, for lack of a better word. Um, I'm sorry. I do feel like this is going to be very, very upsetting, whatever it is. But literally in that same sentence, I feel like if you maintain your balance in this situation, everything is going to be okay. Okay. So if there is an overarching message for you this week, it's literally to maintain your balance, your inner power, your peace. Okay. Have patience. I know you don't want to. I know you're definitely not going to want to when this hits, but have patience. Okay. So let's go ahead and hop into clarifying. Whatever you're getting recognized for, this is something that was written in the stars. I do feel like um, this was always destined to happen, and you get into the conversation when you mention destiny. You know what I mean, or how things are supposed to happen, and then you bring the topic of free will has to come up. Because even for whatever you might be destined for, you could reach that apex of your quote unquote destiny, what you're supposed to do, everything you're supposed to do, and could turn around and say, fuck that shit and walk off. That's your free will, okay? So it's like your destiny, should you choose to accept it, you've got a lot of recognition and reward coming, okay? But remember, the choice is always yours. You could choose not to be patient in this situation, and that might lead to a much more unpleasant outcome. But what Spirit is saying, if nothing changes as of the moment that you were watching this, the energy that you were in at this moment, if nothing changes, if you remain patient, you've got a pretty damn big reward coming. Okay, so again, let's go into clarifying. So the disruption is going to be very specific to situations. I am curious about one of the obstacles because I do feel like there's multiple in this situation. So I do want to hop into the obstacles to see if we can get a little bit more information and fine tune what this upset might be as much as we can for a collective reading anyway. Yeah, and what you're getting recognized for, that's also going to be something that's very specific to each individual person. So it looks like I'm going to be clarifying our patience card, our temperance card, and our five of wands, the obstacles and challenges. So let's look at patience first. Give us some more information about patience. Oh. Okay, so this definitely has to do with love and matters of the heart. So we've got Two of Cups, spiritual union. We have the heart chakra, and then we have hope. So I feel like this has to do with a person that you are currently not in contact with for whatever reason. You and this person are not speaking, you're not in physical contact, you're not talking to each other, okay? And either this is a scenario where you're like realizing that you can't get a hold of them, that could potentially be an obstacle, or you're having to maintain your patience because you want to come into union with this person, but there's something you still have to get over first. It's like you still have hope for you and this person to be able to come together, but something with them then is trying your patience. They could be someone who is perhaps a little bit of a partier, but this is all revolving heart-centered matters and continuing to have hope in that situation as far as the patience card is concerned. So it's like, as you're navigating your way through this situation, make sure that you're coming from a heart space in order to get through the situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our obstacles and challenges. Okay, so literally in the same position as the fire tribe. So I'm going to say that you're probably dealing with a fire sign. That's starting to be what it looks like. And then we have stand your ground, which is Seven of Wands. And then we have the solar plexus chakra. Good Lord. Okay. Starting to see some, and victory and success on the bottom of the deck. So what this is telling me is part of your challenge in this scenario that you're about to walk into. And again, I apologize for being the bearer of potentially bad news here. This is coming from the divine. I don't necessarily think this is something that can be avoided. But, you're drawn to this reading for a reason, so consider this, your warning. Forewarned is forearmed, right? So part of your challenge in this situation is going to be sticking up for yourself and standing in your personal power. Okay? I mean, literally, this combination, if there was ever a combination, here, let's do this. If there's ever a combination that spoke to standing in your personal power, I have yet to see it. Okay? This is definitely a combination of, don't just speak your truth, stand in your proof. Like, stand in your truth. Get into your superhero freaking stance and don't blink. I am me, hear me roar. I love the picture of this because it's someone who's channeling, it's just that inner fire. Because lions are no joke. They're very majestic. They're very, very powerful big cats. Okay? And this is someone who is getting in touch with that power, with that nature of themselves to overcome this block. Okay? Here, let me adjust this just a little bit. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, but you see that chasm there that they have to get through? Again, tied to Egypt. There are emotions involved, but part of this situation, I feel like, especially because this entire section of our reading here, the kicking off the reading, is talking about being in your heart space. So there is emotion here in this situation, but part of the problem might be that there's not enough. You're not coming from your heart space, and that might in part be why the divine is giving you this disruption to make you feel again, because you've forgotten how. You're like the Tin Man without a heart and shit. Okay? We don't want that. Tin Man needs a heart. Or is it the lion? The lion needs a heart. I don't remember who is what. I was never very good with Wizard of Oz. But we do have all the elements of the Wizard of Oz here. Just let me throw that out there, okay? We've got the lion, and then, yeah, lion, Tin Man, and who a Scarecrow. Or I don't remember which one of them needed the heart, okay? But you're one of those characters right now because you're not in your heart space. Oh, that's so terrible. I actually grew up in an era where I should know more of the Wizard of Oz. Don't tell anybody that I couldn't remember that. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. So your mystical moment for the situation is going to be like a bird. Sorry. So what I just heard for this was, that's just for the birds. For the birds. It's for the birds. So those who are familiar with sorry. Those who are familiar with Urban Dictionary or Urban Speak will know what I'm talking about when I say that's just for the birds. Okay. But that's one of the things I got off of this. For those of you that don't know, look it up. All right. So this card focuses on sorry, make sure you can see it here. There we go. So it says focus, forward looking, possibilities, motivation. Okay. So it's like facing the future without the expectation of how something is going to go down. It's like it reminds me of someone who's got a little bit of a control issue because they want something to turn out a certain way. They want it to look a certain way, and the divine is just not giving them that at all. And it's making them kind of bitter because they can't control how things are going down. So this could also speak to being in a place where you don't feel motivated anymore, where you're lacking passion. And again, I say that, that this is divine coming in and doing this to you. This is why we've got all these cards talking about your heart space. I mean, look at all the green in here. Okay. So, you need to adjust your perception of this situation. You might also want to take another, how do I spit this out? Take another look at the people that are around you as well, because these might be people who are saying that they're for you, but secretly they're just sucking your fucking energy because they don't really care. They're just haters. Okay, and I want to say, who is that? I think it was the Earth Tribe as well, that they came across. Oh crap, I don't even remember who it was now. Okay, so it might have been either Earth or Water, but they also came into a scenario where they were in some kind of a group dynamic where they were surrounded by a bunch of fucking haters. So if that resonates with you, you might want to go back and look at one of those readings. There might be more information for you there regarding this. So what your soul is trying to tell you is to become the master you seek. Okay, so this picture looks like a really good friend of mine. And he just got married, actually. But in any case, become the master you seek. It's kind of like the Dalai Lama says, oh, there's my alarm. Sorry, y'all. Okay, but it's that scenario that, or the saying that the Dalai Lama says, and again, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like become, be the peace you seek, be what you wish to see in the world. I'm butchering the hell out of this, but those of you that are familiar with that saying know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, seriously, that alarm totally threw me off. But in order to get into this state where you feel like the master of your domain, you need to become that master. So it's like, it reminds me of someone who you're working in a group dynamic and there's someone who just has that energy, that presence of power, in front of you, and you don't like them because they have that. And the reason that you don't like them is because you don't see that in yourself. It's not because you're not capable of it, it's because you don't see that in yourself. But the thing is, to get into any type of life where you're getting these things that you want, where you're fulfilling your destiny, you have to become the person that you wish the world to be. Okay, it's more than just saying, well, I wish things were like this and I wish things were different. Lead by example. Lead by example. That is quite literally this card. Okay, so where you're at on your journey is adversity. Holy crap. Okay, so it says, I accept challenges. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And this is true. That is why you're getting this tower moment. It's because you're either in the process of learning a lesson, or this is like that final test. And I do say final test because we've got the Wheel of Fortune card here. But it's like that final test that you need to pass in order to get to this wish fulfillment. Okay, to get this recognition and reward, to click over on the wheel to the new cycle. Okay, so you're very capable, Air Tribe, and I am so sorry that this is going to happen. This is coming from the divine. This isn't even something that I would say is caused by you, but it is a test of your will. I am telling you that right now. And the best advice that I can give you in this situation is to stay patient and remain heart-centered. It's going to be very easy to want to be angry and want to retaliate, and act out to whatever the situation is, whether this is a person, an event, a thing, a thought form, something someone says, a corporation, whatever it is. It's going to be very easy to want to come back and retaliate in this situation. And what I'm telling you right now is that will backfire. You need to stay patient, you need to remain humble, and you need to stay in your heart space. And in doing that, that is where you're going to get that recognition that you want. That is where you'd win, and how your blessing from the universe will come to you. Okay, I do feel like this is a group dynamic, so keep that in mind, that this is a multi-party situation that you're dealing with here. I do feel like this has to do with love. Again, remain patient, keep your cool. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. It keeps telling, like, I keep getting that I need to stress that. Remember, that's just for the birds. You don't need to do that. You don't need to sink to that level, whatever this is. Okay, all right, I'm gonna have to stop. So, gratitude for you always. Thank you so much if you've made it this far into the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your time and watching my videos. I love you all very much, even if you are not a subscriber of mine. I hope you have a wonderful week. Remember, any of the stuff you want to know is in the description box below, and I will see you next time, okay? Take a deep breath. You got this, Air Tribe. It's going to be a rocky week, but I got faith in you. You got this. Bye.